question is, how will he deal with New York? We've got Matt Futterman here on the set to tell us all about it. It is the Jets, right?
It is the Jets.
Great,
yes.
okay.
He'll probably be the backup quarterback and show up in the offense of Tony Sparano, the new offensive coordinator who loves to run the Wildcat.
So, look, they just signed a quarterback, a new quarterback, on Mark Sanchez on a long-term contract. What's life going to be like for Tim Tebow coming there, and he's going to be in the shadow of this guy for a long time?
Well, theoretically, or if Mark Sanchez goes 6 for 28 the first 2 weeks, there's going to be a lot of
what does that mean?
In his pass attempts. So,
okay.
He has a couple of bad games early on.
That means something to you.
Welcome to America.
Thank you.
You might very quickly start hearing some calls for Tim Tebow to get a little more time and get a few more snaps.
So I am told that he's not a very good passer.
Right, his balls sort of go like this sometimes. Right.
Yeah.
The tight spiral is not his specialty.
Isn't that a bit of a problem for a quarterback? You would think that would be like kicking the ball for like a soccer player would be a bit, inability to kick the ball, inability to throw the ball would be a bit of a problem.
It certainly can be, but he had this sort of magic ability to bring his team back from the depths of defeat in a series of games last season, and he basically electrified the entire country.
Right.
He's quite a figure. He sort of touches on everything from religious debates to what does it take to be a good quarterback.
And to that end, Matt, I'd love to know what you think about how well he'll do here in New York. Personality-wise, does that so well in New York?
The amazing thing about Tim Tebow,
probably, if he wins,
nothing seems to bother him.
We're being photographed by the tabloids here. We have one in the building owned by our parent company, News Corp. It's the New York Post. I mean, how we're being photographed by the New York Post and slapped on the front cover all the time. I mean, other athletes have come here from out of town and they have been,
Yes, so far
it's been shocking.
So far, nothing really bothers Tim Tebow, and he has this great perspective on life and on his job. He's always, meeting with sick kids after games. When he loses, he says, it's not that big a deal. I was just with a kid who's suffering from cancer, and that's really more important. And it's all he has a way of keeping things in perspective in a way that I think a lot of people aren't quite used to, and it seems really genuine with him in a way that with a lot of athletes it seems like it's just for show.
Right.
But this is a guy who made volunteerism sort of the cool thing to do at the University of Florida because his volunteer efforts were so prolific there. I mean, he has something very special about him, which I think people in New York and New Jersey and certainly the rest of the country really sort of eat up.
Well, they do eat it up, but Dennis, New Yorkers like to win.
Yeah, they do.
So I mean, are they going to be satisfied with it's okay, we lost, but I'm going to go volunteer?
Well,
are they going to be satisfied with that? Because people really love their sports here.
Winning really helps. Winning is the cure pretty much for anything and everything.
Right, absolutely. I mean, if he's put in the spotlight, he has to win. But the interesting thing right now is what he's been brought here to do.
Why has he been brought here to do?
Oh, I think certainly to back up Mark Sanchez initially, who had some rough spots this season, but in addition to give the Jets another dimension, he makes them a more substantial running threat in addition to being a passing threat.
And what are the business opportunities for both the Jets and Tebow here in New York, Matt?
Well, certainly the Jets sell a lot of tickets already. I mean, they don't have too much trouble on that front, so they should be fine on that front. In terms of Tebow, I mean, he was at the University of Florida and he was in Denver. He's never been in a major market like this. He's never been this close to Madison Avenue. It's going to be interesting to see if these companies really take to him.